Mhm.
All right. All right, man. So today we're gonna talk about black business, but specifically what's wrong with black business. All right.
What's wrong with the black business?
And we both black and we both have our own business. So I feel like we are eligible to speak on this topic. You
Right.
know. So yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and let you start off with this one. I don't have no big boom moment for this, but I do got a few things to say. But I'm gonna let you start it off though. Well, what do you
Nah.
think is wrong with black business?
So before we go into the what's wrong with black business, I just want to, just start off by saying that I really appreciate that more black people are owning their own business or getting into entrepreneurship because that's what
Hmm.
we need in the community.
Right, right.
We need to make sure that we have our own income, that we, have residual income, not just for ourselves, but our legacy and our family. So I just want to throw that out there from, just from the jump.
Okay,
Now,
for sure.
what's wrong with black businesses?
Okay, yeah, right.
I
What's wrong
think
with it?
there are multiple things wrong, and the standpoint of the actual going from the ownership to the people that you bring on board and then to the people that you're trying to reach out to or your audience or your demographic or whatever. I think that the first thing is that I think we don't do enough prep and research.
Okay.
We want to jump right into it. We think of an idea and then we just want to just start putting it out so we can make the money. But we don't know where we're trying to go with the business or what our demographic is going to be,
Hmm.
if we're just gonna have one product or we're just gonna just randomly start throwing stuff out. You have to have a vision, and I feel like we lack that in the beginning. So we need to prep more. What you think?
Um, for starters, I'm going to agree with you and say that I don't think we do enough back end research. I think some of that too is because we don't know any better. A lot of us don't
Hmm.
know any better to do that back end research. So, what I see happen is that you'll have people start up a business and there's no paperwork filed on the business. You know what I'm saying? Like
No
they didn't.
LLCs.
Yeah, no LLC, no DBA, no business insurance, no business account. You know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
they doing
Yep.
everything
Hmm.
either cash, hand to hand
Right.
cash transactions,
No
or
Shopify.
yeah, no Shopify, no what's the other one? We believe
Etsy.
Wix,
Yeah. Wix.
nothing.
Yeah.
WordPress, nothing. They ain't got shit.
Hmm.
They might most of the time they got an Instagram page. You got
Right.
most people with Instagram page, but then the Instagram page fuck around not even be a business Instagram page. It's
Yeah. It
just
did just a regular. Yeah. Just a regular person Instagram.
it's just a
Yeah.
personal Instagram page that they are
Hmm.
doing business from.
Right.
So what I would like to see more black businesses do is take the time to either ask more questions, because it's hard to tell people to ask the right questions if you don't know what to ask. So
Hmm.
ask more questions and figure out, have I checked off all the back end boxes before I
Right.
even start to promote and go into business and get into business,
Hmm.
especially with some types of businesses. I mean, you can end up losing a lot of money, you know,
Right.
or somebody can sue you or peep game that your shit not super
Yep.
legit, and they fuck around, take you to court. I mean, and I'm not. I feel like most of the time that won't be the case, but
Right.
it's a possibility that needs
Hmm.
to be calculated out. But I feel
Right.
like we can negate some of those things by making sure our paperwork is in order
Hmm.
before we get into the money making side of the business.
Exactly. I also think like even just doing the research, like looking at other businesses that may be in the same field, the same realm as your business. You may have the exact same type of business as somebody else. So you just
Hmm.
want to see what's out there, what the competition looks like, what you can do to differentiate yourself from other people as well. Like sometimes let's just say like you think of a catchy name or you think of a cool logo,
Hmm.
but you took that logo from somewhere else and now you tiptoeing with copyright, you tiptoeing with a cease and desist possibly coming because you didn't alter your logo enough. You just basically just changed the words up, changed the colors of it, and it was already, a
Hmm.
well-known logo. So you don't want to, bite yourself in the ass from the
Hmm.
beginning, from the jump,
Right,
because you
right.
didn't do enough. You didn't do enough research. Hey, I
Yeah.
forgot I could cuss, bro. I was tripping,
Yeah,
but
very true. Nah, bro, you say
but
whatever
no,
you
yeah,
want. You say whatever you want on here.
yeah. I think that has a lot to do with it, man.
Yeah, for sure. I would also say to that point, you want to make sure you do your research on what the trends are in the market,
Mm-hmm.
so that you not only make sure you separate yourself from a copyright perspective or from
Right.
a legality perspective, but you want to also make sure that shit, your brand can pop. You
Exactly.
know, if
Because I
your
mean,
shit look like everybody else, ain't nobody gonna give a fuck. You know, you
exactly.
just another sheep in the herd. You know, a
Exactly.
sheep in the
I'm all
flock, whatever the fuck they are.
yeah. I'm all for like, I'm all for the candles, bro. I see a lot of people right now starting their own businesses. They're selling a lot of candles. Like we all need candles in our house. But what are you gonna do to differentiate, to
Hmm.
separate yourself from the rest of the candles out there, bro? Like
Yeah,
what is
for
your
sure.
business plan? What is your niche? A lot of people don't know how to find that one thing that's gonna separate them from the rest of the competition. So candles, I know a lot of people do skincare, but you have to have that, throw that curveball out there. They're looking at yours like, okay, this is a little different. Let me go ahead and see what this is gonna do. People don't know how to use like media outlets. They don't know how,
Hmm.
they don't research like how to take pictures of their products. They don't look at how to
Hmm.
like make a small video so that you can, just don't take a picture of it, just put it on Instagram. You want to do something that's going to be captivating. So I feel like we don't get too like a creative enough in order to put our stuff out there. So we just got to think more on how to, make ourselves look better before we hit that, open now, open now
Yeah,
button, and then
yeah,
get out there and look crazy.
yeah, for sure.
I
You
promise you don't have enough friends that's gonna support you to make your business pop.
Nah,
So
hell nah.
that's another
Even
part. That's another part too. So
Yeah,
we'll get on that.
even if you got your family members and everything buying from you consistently,
Hmm.
that's not gonna be enough to spread you out for years to come.
And that's what people
Um,
bank on, bro. They think that,
that's
oh,
crazy.
they're gonna get on Facebook and the grandma finna be like, oh, my baby got some new makeup that she trying to sell. You think your granddaughter? And it's like, it's not gonna work that way every time. Like a few people may do it, but it's not gonna get you the traction or the income that you're looking for.
Nah, so a big part of having a business in today's era is how you market.
Yep.
And we got old school tactics like word of mouth, and
Mm-hmm.
you can cold call, but how many people gonna answer the phone for a number they don't know?
Mm-hmm.
Especially with call ID and all these spams flying around and all this shit. I mean, sometimes you can barely get an email response from just sending out a cold email, if that's even what you
Right.
call it.
Exactly.
But you have to be able to market yourself. But to your point, in order to market yourself, you have to really understand how you stand apart.
Mm-hmm.
Something for me with my business, because I have my own, clothing line, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But the brand itself, like the X and works and everything, I wanted to tell a story behind the brand,
Mm.
to make the brand mean something outside of just a symbol, just a blanket symbol or logo, or what is that, real simple ass shit
Exactly.
you just drew. So
Mm-hmm.
I can at least talk to my brand, and when people go to my website, there's like an about, us, and like a sort of like a mission statement and all that type of shit for the brand. So I can build that story, and that story is timeless. So that way, as my brand evolves, there can be
Mm-hmm.
like a timeline and like a journey associated with the brand. And that's going to be different for everybody. But I
For
think
everybody.
I think your brand has to mean something so you can stick by
Yep.
that. And then once you figure out what your brand means and then what it means to you, I think the next step before you market it is to figure out, based on myself, based
Mm-hmm.
on my brand, who is my target demographic.
Yeah. Who is your demographic?
Because I think a lot of people don't really know, or they sometimes they get confused on who their target demographic actually is.
Mm-hmm.
Like sometimes you want it to be that group, but it's really
Yep.
not that group.
Yeah, exactly. Or that group just didn't support you the way you
Mhm.
thought that they were going to. I think that's a good segue because what I was going to say too is that, to know your demographic, but also I feel like some people may limit themselves because they only market to a certain demographic. Like if you just make your product to like pro black or like directed
Mhm.
only to, a certain group of people,
Yeah,
then you can't really, you're going to reach some type of ceiling because you don't have a different type of clientele.
very true.
So yeah, so I think that is a big part of it. So you know how like with kicking is like shout out Greg, shout out Keenan, shout out Earl, shout out Friday, Levi, shout out all
Man,
them, bro.
man,
Like
free pub,
it
free
was a
pub.
lot. It was a lot that went into that, man. And it's just like, of course, it's like the thing is it's sneakers. So everybody needs sneakers, but it's open to everybody. Like everybody is able to come in and congregate. Like we have, it's a bar in there, bro. So like
Mm-hmm.
everybody wants to drink, everybody wants to be social. We got games in there that people can come actually play. We have shoes, we got clothing, but and we have women's clothes too. We got
Mm-hmm.
kids stuff. So it's like there are different people that can come in and they can all be able to participate in purchase. We even got Funko Pops in there, bro. It's like there's so many different things in there that other people that you wouldn't really think of could come and just be able to, to purchase or to really appreciate. So I think you really have to just again do the research and know what type of people you want to come in and never limit yourself. Try to do as much as you can to be able to create as much revenue as you can as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
I think that's a big thing too. Because like of course like we want to be pro black. I see like the melanated shirts, or there's like you if you have like a skincare line and you only target darker skinned people, or just melanated people. Those are the only people that can buy your product. So what can you do at that point?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think those are valid points for sure. I know for me, and I've talked to other black men specifically about this before, is that it was very important for me to market and promote my product as just a brand and not a
Hmm.
black brand.
Exactly.
Because to your point, I wanted anybody to see what I have and want to be a part of it. And then I
Exactly.
think for me at least, the bonus factor is that it's black owned. Um,
That's
you
gonna be
know,
seen. You know what I'm saying? Like they
you
know you're
know,
black. It's You're gonna be supported.
right. And and if you're that type of person to do your research on the brand and dig deep, you're only gonna have to dig 2 or 3 layers before you find out it's a black person that owns it.
Exactly, bro.
Like I'm
Exactly.
not hiding that, at all. I'm
Yeah.
not ashamed of that. I'm very much a black man, very much a black business owner, very proud of
Right.
that shit. But
Hmm.
I think honestly, and this is my opinion, so now we get controversial.
Okay. I'm
I
listening.
think I think it actually, in a way, okay, not huge, not on a macro level maybe, but for sure on a micro level, to me, I think it almost kind of sets black people back when we stand from the mountaintops and shout out, "This is a black business."
Bro, yes. Yes.
Because it's like, okay, so you want people to acknowledge your black business. You want them to appreciate and give you what? Some type of special treatment because you're a black person that owns a business, or you just want people to know that you're black and you own the business. Okay, like we see you at your table, like
Hmm.
we saw you on the website and all of that shit. So I think when you
Right.
do that, and it's not about keeping everybody happy. Like if
Hmm.
you're pro black, if you want to only market to black people, I think that's beautiful, and you do that at your own discretion. But I
Hmm.
also think that don't turn around on the other side of the hill and shout out that you're oppressed, and don't start fucking shouting out that
Hmm.
white people ain't feeling you, or
Right.
fuck this, and we got to stick together.
Quick to
Like
be about that
like
too.
you're creating a bigger divide by
Yes.
only wanting to target black people. Now, if you're gonna do
Hmm.
that, then do that shit and own that shit.
Yeah, you gotta own it.
Just be cool
Hmm.
when your sales are limited. Be cool when your demographic is
Right.
small. Be cool when your profits are, like you said, when they hit a ceiling or when they plateau at some
Yep.
point,
Hmm.
because you're only targeting to a certain group of people, and you're if I don't know the term, but how I feel it is that you're passively actively discriminating and
Yeah.
shutting out other races
Other
and
races. Yep.
other
Hmm.
other cultures by shouting from the mountaintops that you're a black business or that you're pro black.
Right.
Hey man, last
Hmm.
time I checked, all that money was green.
Yeah, the money is for sure
You
green.
know what I'm
Everybody money spend
saying?
the same.
Last time I checked, all that money was green. All them coins was silver, except for them punk
Exactly.
ass pennies.
The
You
weak
know what I'm
ass
saying?
pennies.
So, and that's what's important to me, because I don't want to be judged for being, not judged in like a negative connotation, but I don't want to be assessed being a black business. I want to be assessed being a business. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And then I want my business to stand the test of time against any business, black, white, brown, green, purple, whatever the fuck. I don't care.
Hmm.
I want my business to be a business, and then I want that business to shine so bright And
Right.
then you find out, oh shit, a black dude owned that. That's
Yeah. That's yeah.
now I feel like that's inspiring because
Yeah. Greater appreciation.
I didn't pull my black card for you to look at me.
Right.
I just did great business, and then you find
Mm-hmm.
out that I'm black and I got hair and shit and I'm full of tattoos, and now you're like, oh
Exactly.
shit, I can do
Mm-hmm.
that too. Now I've inspired the next generation
Yep.
who may not have known they could do that in such a way, and I've made it cool, So
Exactly.
that's
No,
just
yeah,
me.
that makes sense, bro. And it's just like, yeah, you don't have to shout that to the mountaintops because Kicking It is the only black owned business in the domain. So the domain is like one of the, more popular, more upscale shopping areas in Austin. And we don't have to have that on the door to say like, oh, black people who own this business. It's just that
Yeah, man.
people know that we're good people there and that the people who have established this, they're good people too, which is like a good segue because I was going to say you want to make sure that you keep a good community, bro. Like
Hmm.
that's just one of the biggest things. Like my boy Colin, man, he been holding down Carlos, and Greg brought all of us over, bro, because he knew that we connected with the community. We all came from Nice Kicks, right? So
Right.
we all came from Nice Kicks, came to Kicking It, and we kept those relationships not just with within each other, but like the actual Austin community. Like everybody that came to Nice Kicks, they knew that it wasn't just a sneaker store. It was a place where you could just come chill. You could talk to level like-minded people, and we could just really just chill. So we took that, came to Kicking It, and now it's just like we have that same fan base. So we have those same
Hmm.
loyal customers that are gonna come here. Colin is like the biggest advocate of that, man. If like whatever he does, or if he's helping talk somebody in the store, he wants to make sure that it's a place to where people gonna come back every single time. So
That's right.
I think
That's
that's
right.
another thing that we failed to realize is like, yeah, we so quick and caught up into making the money, but bro, make a connection with somebody first so that
Yeah.
that way they really genuinely want to buy your product, or they really want to help you market your product by telling somebody else. If you just half-ass, and people can tell, if you just
Hmm.
bullshitting them and you just want them to buy something,
Right. For
it's not gonna
sure.
make them spend their money. So I think that's a big part of it as well.
Yeah, man, for sure. I'm glad that you said that because my next point was going to be what else I think is wrong with black business is that we think about making money and not think about doing business. And
Hmm.
a lot of doing business is not about making money. It's about
It's not.
creating the environment, having good
Hmm.
customer service, being consistent, communicating your message,
Ooh.
superb marketing, all of those things.
Hmm.
Follow up,
Yeah.
when needed,
Hmm.
shooting, because when anybody orders something from my website, they get an automatic thank you email,
Yep.
that's
Hmm.
already drafted and ready to go. So
Exactly.
as soon as you make a purchase, I thank you because I want to show gratitude for your service because black,
Right.
white, green, purple, or blue, you didn't have to swipe it
Yeah.
up.
Exactly.
You ain't
Yep.
have to do shit. And
Yep.
you've been doing something for the past minimum 14 days to earn that money and then give it to me.
Yeah. Then
And
give it to
I
you.
don't,
Yeah.
yeah, like I don't want to ever take that part for granted. And I think
Hmm.
sometimes as black business owners, we can take that part for granted and feel like somebody owes us that
They
business
owe you. Yeah, bro.
or somebody
Hmm.
should come and spend, oh, you gonna buy it from them? Why not buy it from me? And it's just
That's the bro.
okay, like
Hmm.
whatever, dog. I mean, I don't have to
Yeah.
buy shit from you, just like I don't have to buy shit from Walmart. But when I walk into
Exactly.
Walmart, they greet me at that motherfucker. They got a
Hmm.
self-checkout line that's efficient. I get an
Yep.
emailed receipt, and I'm not saying you gotta be and have all of those things, but
Right.
the big concept to
It
take
will
from
help out
that,
for sure.
yeah, like the big concept to take from that is the experience of the service.
Right.
So if you know that you're a black business and your prices are going to be what they are,
Hmm.
and there's somewhere else in the world I can buy this from outside of you, don't look at me as a black person and feel like I owe you business or I owe you support or I owe you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if
Hmm.
Walmart and Kroger and HEB, if they piss me off, I'm gonna just go somewhere else, and they got nothing to
Exactly.
do
That's bro.
with
Exactly.
who owns it.
Yeah.
So if I come up to your table, again, speaking to some things that I have seen that have been wrong with black business, if I come up to your table and maybe I'm not a part of your ideal target demographic, or maybe I'm a guy and I've walked up to
Hmm.
like a skincare table, you don't know what the fuck I'm interested in. You know
Yeah. Exactly.
So
Mm-hmm.
don't see me as a dude and as a black dude and be like, oh man, you ain't about to buy no lotion, man. All right.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
they be
Mm-hmm.
looking like, what's up, bro? Like, okay, like we ain't gotta, like, no,
Yeah.
stand up and greet me the same way you stand up
Mm-hmm.
and greet black women when they come to
Yeah.
you,
These women. Yep.
because you
Mm-hmm.
feel like they gonna buy some shit from you.
Right.
Like you have to be able to practice that consistency with your brand,
That's what it is. Yep. You need to
because
practice.
you don't know that I don't have 5 sisters sitting at home. You know what I'm
Hello.
saying?
Exactly.
You don't
Mm-hmm.
know that I came to your table to figure out what's going on, and I got female family members who are afraid of COVID. But
Right.
if I go and give them a good report on you, they'll order your shit offline because I
Yep.
said so. You know?
Exactly, bro.
So
Yep.
it's
You missing.
about,
You missing out on money,
yeah. So and you never know how that plays out. And I feel
or
like
who that person is, bro.
it,
That's the
it
crazy part.
exactly, because business owners are getting younger. You know, business owners are blowing up at a different type of rate and
Mm-hmm.
capacity. So, like, owners and important people, as they
Yep.
say, we don't have that cliche look anymore. You
Mm-hmm.
know, off topic slightly, I get it all the time, at my
Yeah.
full-time job as a fitness manager. Like,
Mm-hmm.
first, people don't really know how old I am, which is cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
then on top of that, they never assume I'm the one hiring and firing people and,
Yeah.
writing all the checks and doing all the
Mm-hmm.
Excel monthly management reports and shit. Like, traditionally, that looks like an old, out of shape, fat motherfucker going bald. And here I
Yeah.
am with fucking blonde dreads and tattoos
Mm-hmm.
and shit, looking like I can
Right.
still play a sport for somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that shit throws people off, but you never know who you're talking to.
Who you
So
talking to? Yep.
I feel like some of that too with black business can be kind of buttoned up a little bit to be
Yeah.
like,
There you go.
I need to provide the same experience to everybody that crosses my path, because I never know what this could turn into.
Exactly. There you go. I feel that 100%, bro. So let's just throw something out there real quick that we know is a big thing, is depending on friends,
Hmm.
family,
Hmm.
and that one question that as a business owner, as a businessman or business person, we all hate. Shit, what's up on that discount though? You gonna ask about the
Hmm.
discount before you say anything else. And I feel like that is a problem.
Hmm.
One, for the people who are asking that, but also the fact that that person is comfortable enough and they're not really close enough to where they're gonna ask you for that discount and not just fully support you right off the bat.
Hmm. So,
So
man,
that's one of my biggest pet peeves, bro.
yeah, for sure. So in regards to that, because you're saying how,
Hmm.
and we've all gotten anybody that has owned any type of operation as a black person, like, what's up with the
Right.
discount, or can you hook me up, or can I get something for free, or
Hmm.
whatever. My psychology tip on that shit, right,
Hmm.
is people can only treat you the way they treat themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
So
Talk to
the
that.
so the thing is, they're asking for a shortcut from you because they shortcut themselves.
Mm,
And when they look in the mirror, they don't see a business owner. They don't
okay,
see
Jay.
anybody important. They don't see a king or a queen or none of that shit. They see
Mm,
somebody trying to make it and trying to survive and trying to get the hookup and
right.
trying to get through and just make it around. And, shit, I got a homeboy that can do that for you, and I can get this for the
Bro.
low, and I
Yeah.
got I got my
Hmm.
man over here. I got the plug. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So when
Hmm.
they look at your business, they don't see you as a business owner because they don't see themselves that way.
Yeah.
So they
Exactly.
they they look at your business and they see black man, he's the plug. Black man is the
Mm,
hookup. Black man
hmm.
can do this and take care of me, type shit. Because
Man.
in the black community, historically, within the last 50 years, that has been the mold, that has been the grooming and the conditioning, that when we look at
Hmm.
each other, we see a handshake hookup and a 5-finger discount. we
Yeah.
don't we don't see this man has taken the time, or this woman has taken the time
Hmm.
out with their passion, their brand, their craft, their energy, their time, their money to establish and create something that
Yep.
I should fully support. So unless the discount is applicable to everybody and anybody
Hmm.
visiting this business or organization, I shouldn't ask for that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I shouldn't,
Exactly.
because if I'm really supporting, if I'm really gonna shout from the mountaintops, black people, black rights, black movement, black lives matter, then why don't you pull out your full black wallet and make a full black purchase?
Exactly. No, exactly.
Straight up.
But I also
Because when
feel
you go
that
to buy toilet paper from Family Dollar, you don't get no discount unless that shit is
nah,
on sale for everybody.
right,
So that, I
exactly.
mean, what's the difference?
Hmm. Exactly. No, I feel that totally, bro. Because it's like, let me break. I feel like this. If you have close friends or you have partners or whatever you want to call them, if you have a business and they have not made a purchase with you, are they really a partner, bro? Like that's not cool, because I know that you will spend this money on, some bullshit, or on some designer shit that clearly is not owned by a black person,
Right,
and you're gonna
right.
spend that money, but you can't come shop with us, or you can't come shop with me just to show support, or just to put more money in my pocket, or just money in my pocket.
Hmm.
Like, bro, one of my partners, Keenan, he on kicking it. So he made a post about this, and we have to hold each other accountable. And I'm happy that he does this, because Keenan never finna hold his tongue about nothing. That's just who he is, and it's
Facts.
appreciated, because it's like people will get mad, or they'll hit you up and be like, "Hey, bro, can I, did y'all get these shoes in? Can you hold me this, or can I just get this shoe, and whatever, whatever?" Even if they don't ask for the discount, they still want you to hold the shoe. But it's like, is this your way of just showing support, or do you just really want this shoe? I'm just supposed to, just oblige you and just help you out, because at the end of the day, these, exclusive shoes, they gonna sell out with you, or with or without you. That's not really where we tripping about the money coming in, because that's gonna sell. If you
Hmm.
come in and buy a t-shirt, branded t-shirt, you come in and buy a hoodie or a hat or something like that, that's when you really supporting. When you coming in and you chopping it up, it don't have to be every day, or whenever you come into town, you sitting there, you really, appreciate what we got going on. That's how you support. Buying the little stuff. If we just put out like some small merch or a little capsule or whatever, or collaboration, that's showing the support. Not coming to buy this, stuff that's already going to sell out to us. So he put people, not specific people, he put that out there for everybody to know, like, that's not your way of supporting me. So please don't hit me up, especially if we not that cool asking me for a favor. I'm gonna tell you, buy one of these hoodies, all right?
Yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
just feel like, shit, that's straight up. That's real talk, bro.
No,
That's real
that
talk.
yeah, that is real talk. I mean, you have, we all have certain people in our lives, right? To where
Hmm.
if they come through and they get something, you slide them something for free, or
Right.
you told them as the owner
Yeah.
you were going to give
Hmm.
them something,
Right.
But it's different when people approach you in your business asking you for handouts. It's kind of like the
Hmm.
relationship talk, like they coming to you about what they want, as telling you what you need to do.
Yeah.
Like,
What you gotta do?
nah,
Yeah.
motherfucker. Like,
It don't work that way.
I have an inventory of shit. We need to talk
Right.
about what you gonna do.
Hmm.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Um, I would also say, switching gears, another topic, or not topic, but another problem that I've seen with black business is communication.
Mm.
As it
In what
relates
regards?
as it relates to customer service.
Yeah.
Um, you can't, as any business, right?
Right.
And you never see this with big business. You only see it with small business. So I'm not even going to just shit on black business. You see it with just
Hmm.
small business, period. For multiple different reasons, case by case, but collectively, you see poor communications as it relates to email and
Hmm.
text and follow up, and like the other, like customers, satisfaction type situations, and
Or
showing,
blanket statements in general, just full blanket statements.
or showing that type of gratitude, or just,
Hmm.
there's no reason why, as a customer, right, I should email you about your business and it takes you more than 48 hours to return that
To
message.
respond. Hmm.
Like, this ain't no, we not hooking up, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, we not playing no fuck buddy games and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I emailed you, like, where my shirt at, nigga?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Like, I
Hmm.
ordered this item on this
Right.
day, timestamp. I have not received a tracking number, and I sent that shit on Monday. I should be
Hmm.
hearing from you no later than Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
Bright.
Exactly.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Early. It's
saying?
7 o'clock. Yeah.
Bright.
Hmm.
5.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Like, I should not send you an email on Monday and I don't hear from you until Friday at 10:27 p.m. Like,
Yeah.
that's
No.
that's that's unacceptable.
Hmm.
And so I feel like when it comes to the communication, we have to know and make discernment calls as to
Mm-hmm.
if you are not built that way, if you are not a great communicator, you need to either employ or request
Yeah,
assistance with
exactly.
your communication piece, or
Mm-hmm.
you need to go meditate somewhere and figure out how to make a discernment call when it
Right.
comes to, okay, this is how I handle, my gal and my boyfriend and my family and my personal
Mm-hmm.
communication, and then this is how I handle my business
The
communication,
business.
bro. It's
Mm-hmm.
why I got two phones.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I
Yeah.
like I like to keep everything where it's supposed to be.
There you go. Yeah.
So anything comes to that business phone, immediately. If somebody
Yeah.
places, and I'm not putting you on the spot, but you
No.
remember
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
when you ordered something from me, that shit went
Right.
out the same day.
Yeah. Same day. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like we're not doing that,
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
no, because
Mm-hmm.
I take pride in my brand, and when you take
Exactly.
pride in what you do, you go hard for it. If you're not
Exactly.
if you're not going hard for what you do, then it don't mean shit to you,
People gonna
period.
appreciate that too, bro. Because remember, I even put this in the whole group chat, bro. Like right when I placed the order, immediately I was like, "Hey, y'all, Jay don't be playing." Like Jay trying to
Man,
make
I'll
sure
be
that people are really satisfied, bro. Because he sent this
yes,
out the exact same day. We don't even live in the same city, bro. So it's like for that to go out the same day, that's
tell
real,
you.
bro. People really appreciate that, and that's gonna make you want to make another purchase. So
Right.
that's big, bro. That's really
and
big.
and here's my thing, bro. Like I'm all about where you place your energy at. So even if you never buy anything else, like I know
Mhm.
that I did right by you, and I'm good with
Right,
that.
exactly.
So I
Hmm.
know that, and I'm not just doing right by you because you're my homeboy. I'm doing right
Yeah,
by everybody.
exactly.
So
Because you're setting that precedent.
you know what I'm saying? So it's like I'm not, you just don't focus on building a tree, you build a forest. So you spread them
There.
seeds
Oh,
around
okay,
the same
okay.
way, and you water and
Hmm.
nurture it the same way. And
There you
then
go.
some trees are gonna sprout, some are gonna die in the fucking ground, some are gonna grow that
Yeah.
way, some gonna grow straight up,
Some are
some
gonna be
gonna fuck
short.
around and have some fruit attached to it. You never
Yeah,
fucking
you
know.
never know.
But
Yeah.
I'm giving everything the same quality attention and same
Every time, bro.
quality effort, and then at some point I'm gonna get some quality back. So
Exactly.
I'm good with that.
Exactly. Now I feel that. I feel that 100%, bro. I think another thing too, bro, is that we just like I spoke to, I feel like we need to be accountable. How you were saying like communication is key. You got to know that there are going to be ups and downs in this business.
Hmm.
There's gonna be low times. So you have to be able to, to work through that, to be able to maneuver and do that. A lot of people are afraid to ask for help, bro, and they don't, they want to feel like, oh, I stood on my own 2 feet and I did this, I got it out the mud. But at the end of the day, the people who have really got it out the mud or who are really prospering, they
Hmm.
have asked for help, bro. They
Right.
have, reached out to other people to see what it is that they may have not been doing correctly or why they're in this rut right now and how to remove themselves from it. So I think that's another thing. We don't know how to like accept things and analyze things and then work through them. I've seen some people where they get a business, they're doing all right, and then they just hit this like standstill. You don't see no posts for weeks. You don't see, any pubbing, anything for some weeks. And then like, let's
Hmm.
just say they come up with an idea and they want to put something else out. Then you start seeing them come back again. It's like, no, that's not how it works. We done went on to the next whatever the hell you selling. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
we have
Right.
to own, we have to own this stuff. This is a business. We have to really own our business, bro.
Right. And I think a lot of what you're saying to me just speaks to, like, brand consistency.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, as my statement earlier, as it, resorts to just making money versus doing business, that's part of doing business that may not be necessarily making you money. And I
Right.
think that sometimes when you have a business or when you have something going and it's not necessarily making money, you either lose steam. It's like most people
Mm-hmm.
either lose steam, or they just say fucking and just start doing something else.
Something else.
Um,
Yep.
and they start putting their energy somewhere to where they can make a quick dollar instead of putting and investing that money back into their business. Another
Exactly.
thing too that people need to understand about owning a business is that all revenue is not profit. And
Hello.
I think that before people start a business, they don't really understand that concept.
Yeah.
And I think that they don't understand it, not from a bad place. I just think it's genuine. They don't understand that
Yeah. They don't. Yeah.
all the money you make or all the money that hits your account ain't going to be used for
In your pocket.
vacation.
Yeah,
It ain't
it's
gonna
not.
be
Yeah.
used for you to hit up Nike.com. It ain't gonna be
Hmm.
used for you to go buy some shit for yourself. It's probably more
Exactly.
than likely it's gonna be used to either put back into your inventory,
Pay
put
bills.
pay bills, put into your marketing, pay your
Hmm.
staff, if you have that type of business. And then,
Hmm.
you may not see a large profit for a while,
Yeah.
and that's not throwing shade on nobody. That's just
No,
that's
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 no,
the way it
that's real.
is.
That's real. That's real life, bro. That's just how it is, and that's it's the same way in retail business. That's why I said pay bills because the lights got to stay on. Grid got to pay the lights. You
Yeah,
got to pay for the space that you're in. Like we're in one of the biggest and the most reputable places in Austin, so that costs more just to be in regardless. So it's like
right.
it goes back to what I was saying about people not wanting to buy those t-shirts, where it's like, yeah, those little things like that, like the small
Hmm.
things like that, that's where that money is really gonna come from. Because yeah, it looks like you buying this shoe from us, but we had to buy this shoe from Nike
Right.
too, bro. So it's
Right,
like
right.
that money is not always just going, just like you said, going into your pockets. I think it goes back to what you were saying is how that person that's going to ask for the discount, they're not business minded. They don't think that way. So
Right.
we need to understand that as as consumers, that's just how businesses work. Yeah, it may look all glamorous when you walk in the store and on the Instagram and stuff, but it's like, hey bro, like real work is going into this, you know what I mean? Like
Oh, yeah,
money
for
is
sure.
getting spent for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know what types of jobs you've had in the past, but one thing that kind of has helped me be a better business owner is that I grew up around a lot of catering. You know,
Mm-hmm.
my first catering job was with my grandparents. My grandparents had
Okay.
their own catering company, and then as I got older, my dad established his own catering company. So
Mm-hmm.
like my first scope or outlook on working was catering and food and having to
Mm-hmm.
prep and spending fucking hour and a half at goddamn Sam's in the grocery store and
Mm-hmm.
all of this shit and like going through that process. And then sometimes at the end of the night, you can take some food home. Some food ends up getting thrown away. You
Get thrown
have
away.
people
Yep.
complaining about how it tastes and
Mm-hmm.
and at the same time you have to provide a certain type of experience. Y'all can't show up to the catering job sweaty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Y'all
exactly. Yeah.
still gotta be crisp,
Yep. Still be
hairnet
presentable.
and hair shit gotta be on point, whatever that
Yep.
is.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gotta be in uniform. And then you have to create that experience because,
Exactly.
you know, my family, they own those businesses.
Right.
So I was able to see firsthand what that looks like in the back door, in the back
Mm-hmm.
scene, back room type of footage, as it goes into what it takes to create a certain experience for people who have
Right.
just written you a check or who have just given you money. And now they're like, all right, we're just going to show up and everything needs to be taken care of.
Yeah.
So you got to think about everything that needs to be taken care of, plus shit that could go wrong with the business too,
Hello. Yep.
So
That's what they say, bro. They say some of the best entrepreneurs or some of the best business-minded people come from people that have worked in like the food service industry, like been, waiters, waitresses, or whatever,
mhm,
because those people have experienced firsthand, like how to make something presentable to somebody, how to
yeah,
deal with like backlash or somebody, not appreciating or not being pleased with the service that you're providing. You got
mhm,
to deal with, just like you said, back end stuff. You got to relay messages to the cook. You got to be able to communicate to these different people. You have literally done every single
mhm,
job of a
right,
business owner. So like
yes,
those are the people that already have that mindset to really just go and get it. Because like you've been through the mud, bro. You've been yelled at before. You
oh
done had
man.
somebody talk to you crazy and have to have to
Right, and
compose
gotta
yourself
keep a
and
smile
still
on
be
your
like,
face.
you know what, it was so my fault, let me go ahead and get this fixed. And you in the back like, hey, they might be my last day because John finna get slid, bro. Like, but you gotta hold it together. You
Got
can't bend,
to.
you can't break, you can't sweat. Because let's say something does go wrong, right? But they see that you're genuine and that you really didn't mean to make this mistake or whatever happened. You were able
Mhm,
to correct it and you fix it. And then at the end of the day, you get that check back and they done left you a $200 tip. You got to
mhm,
be able to know how to like bend and be able to do backflips with people in these situations, bro, because it's gonna always pay off in the end. Whether it might be hard at that time, bro, you
mhm.
never you never know the blessing that could come out of it in the end.
Yeah, for real. And I think my bonus point to that too, as it relates to what may be wrong with some black business or small business, is that you have to remember that your business is not about you. Your business is about
Hmm.
your consumer base.
Yep.
and your demographic. So as
It
I
has
spoke
nothing to do
to,
with you, man.
as we're talking about being in the restaurant industry or catering business, and having to provide that comprehensive experience for people,
Hmm.
sometimes what I see is that business owners make the business about the business owner and what they want and how they
Hmm.
feel and what they feel like doing and want to do and their stress
Man.
level. And it's just like, hold on, man, this, truth be told, dog, your business is not about you.
It's not. Yeah, it's really
So
not, bro.
you thought getting the business was gonna be you gonna make all this money, people gonna be nice to you, everybody's gonna support, nobody's
They're
gonna
gonna
have
like you. You're gonna be
n-
popular.
nothing bad to say. It's just gonna be a bunch of good shit. You're gonna be able to quit
Right.
your job, your full-time job tomorrow because you're gonna
Right.
become a millionaire because that's what the YouTube video said. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Hmm.
And sometimes you see that type of energy from business owners to where a consumer or customer may have a reasonable complaint or concern or feedback,
Hmm.
and then you'll see the business owner cop an attitude with the customer.
Bro, I
Like,
hate
what
when
is
you
that?
yeah, I hate that, bro. You know, especially when you get on like Google and you look at them reviews,
Mm-hmm.
it's like I appreciate. I know some people really write reviews whenever they're only when they're mad, bro. But when you see the owner or you see whoever the representative is to respond back, bro, they take it so personal and
Mm-hmm.
make it all about, okay, well, this situation happened because of this. It's like, no, at the end of the day, this
Mm-hmm.
person who is spending their money with you was not pleased. And your job is to not see why you shouldn't look bad about it. You got to figure out really why, what the issue was. And you got to
Mm-hmm.
help the consumer. You got to help this person because they should have never been upset in the first place. There was some downfall, there was some mishap that happened, and it was your fault because this is your
Mm-hmm.
business. And you
Right.
can't get butthurt. You can't be sensitive about that shit, bro. You got to
Right.
own up to it and then make it better for the future. Let's say he don't ever come back, but the way that you handled that response to that Google review, somebody
Mm-hmm.
else gonna read. They're gonna be like, okay, this person does make mistakes, but they're able to own up. They're able to, to fix the situation. So I'm gonna give this person a chance, even though this other person gave him a 1 star. You know what I mean?
Right, for sure. And I think that also speaks to a concept that a lot of Black business and small business owners really don't know or have mastered, and that's brand integrity.
Hmm.
Because sometimes you could have a customer who, for lack of a better term, speaking candidly, is full of shit. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
and we've all experienced in some, job or owning a business or whatever, that one headache ass customer who just
Hmm.
complains just to complain, or they
Just to
nitpick
do it.
at shit that's like, come on, dog, for real? Like, you
Hmm.
really tripping like that? But at the same time, you have to think on a larger level and be like, let me not jump crazy with this person, even though they completely left right now,
Right.
and let me uphold brand integrity and then
Hmm.
be the bigger person, not only for myself but for whoever this brand belongs to, even if that brand
Exactly.
don't belong to me.
Exactly, bro.
Because
Yep.
because even when I'm helping my other friends, with their businesses,
Hmm.
I treat that business as if it were mine.
Hmm.
And in situations where I don't really know what's going on, I'm doing my best to maintain their brand integrity.
Right.
Because what I would hate to do is, if I'm doing, a job or an assignment for one of my homeboys who has his own business, and then somebody pipes up at me while I'm on site, and then I pipe up back because I'm like, oh no, you ain't gonna talk to me like that.
Yeah.
This ain't my fault because this ain't even
Yeah.
my shit.
That's not
Like,
brand integrity. That's not brand
Exactly.
integrity.
So it's like, okay, let me, because if I had a representative for me somewhere, how would I want the situation to be handled?
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
then that's how I approach it, so that regardless of like what went down, there's still going to be a positive review. But once
Hmm.
again, back to 20 minutes before, if you don't
Yep.
look in the mirror and see that person, you can't
Yep.
be that person,
Yep.
So,
True kitchen.
oh my God, nigga.
True kitchen.
Hennessy
That's
slushies, nigga, on
yeah,
deck.
yeah, exactly, bro. It's the same thing, bro. It all comes full circle. It's always gonna come full circle, bro.
Yeah,
But nah,
man, for
yeah,
sure.
I think we hit everything on the head with this, bro, for sure.
For sure.